So this title is actually very much real, and it's still very hard to believe. I'm just happy to be here, so we gotta keep doing what we gotta do for. Holla at me. What's up, everyone? My name is Blake VP. I'm back as usual. I'm back from my hiatus. I'm happier than ever. I'm at peace, and I'm just ready to just keep going. Essentially, I do a lot of product development, and I've helped businesses out and startups out with trying to get their dream product together, helping them with logo design, website design, graphic design, the whole thing, 5 to 9, 9 to 5, whatever. I just want to help people just get to that aspect of their brand where instead of being a business that people take advantage of, you're able to completely execute the items that you want to get. So one of my friends came over and I was giving him help in terms of how to organize his business, what he needs to do in order to be successful, and what I think we should kind of execute throughout these next couple months so that way he could get ready for launch and have a very successful line of his brand. On this whiteboard right here, I started mapping everything out for him, telling him what he should do, who he should hire, who he should work with. It was okay. Like in my head, I just thought that he had a good idea and I want to keep going. I want to keep telling him what he should do, and I was speaking from experience. But then when he left, I just spent that time thinking to myself, I really felt as if I had imposter syndrome in regards to how am I going to give somebody advice when I haven't been able to be in that position or feel as if I haven't done enough. I've always gotten into designing clothing. I've made clothing for over 10 years. I've done designs, I've made t-shirts. I started off doing heat transfer designs and just wanted to continue to just build that out because I really like making things, right? And I had a clothing line called CISE, and under the CISE store, I was releasing different collections of different pieces of items. I came out with the idea of making a purse. I thought that none of my friends would do it. It's very easy to start a clothing line. You can screen print a t-shirt, you can heat transfer, vinyl transfer, you can do any of those cut and sew. A lot of the accessibility is way easier than it used to be. So there's a lot of new entrants every single time, and I figured that when you start to get into these leather goods and items that are harder to kind of dive deeper into, that's when you're really hard to compete against. So long story short, I printed about 40 different bags, and I had different renditions of them. I had a very beat up bag. I had an okay design, but it wasn't anything that I thought was strong. And when I came down to the production order after doing many renditions and figuring out like this is the perfect bag, I was just over it. You know, I just had close to $5,000 worth of purses in my house, and I don't use any of these bags, so I just felt nervous when I bring it to market on how it would perform just because of the cumbersome process of what I was trying to do. So as I'm thinking to myself that this is a failed project and there's not really too much that would come out of it, I decided that I wanted to explain to social media what I was doing. And with social media, I got on my Instagram page, and I always keep it transparent, done t-shirt drives and initiatives before where we've donated different proceeds to individuals and organizations. But this one was different. It was really prevalent that I was telling people this is what I'm working on, not this is what you should buy. And when I was telling people that from an organic lens, I said this is what I've been working on for 3.5 months. I don't know if I'm gonna release it. I took the bag and I put it on top of my floor. I got the new rug. That's really nice. And I didn't think anything of it. It's 5 a.m. in the morning and I just hadn't slept. It was just really bothering me, and everything was getting to my head that I just really have all of these bags, all of these clothes, and I was just wondering when things would take off. And when you start to do things as a creative, you make so many things that are close to your heart that you figure when you release it, you hope that people appreciate it, but typically nobody really sees it and has that appreciation that you do. And odds are when it is time to release it, you're kind of over that creation and you're already on to the next. So it's constantly, being a creative feels as if your heart is just being broken every single day. So I put out the post. I said, here's what I have. I might release them, I might not. I don't know. Just let me know what you think. But here it is, world. And when I did it, I got messages like, I need to buy this bag right now. I absolutely need to buy the bag. There's so much transparency behind it. There's so much opportunity and I just really need to do it. I'll pay anything for it. It's 6 o'clock and I decide that I want to put it online. And within those first 15 minutes, I had sold half of them. So having about 40, 50 bags in my inventory, I'd sold about 20 of them in such a short amount of time, and I'm just freaking out because I priced these bags at about $139 price point, and I haven't seen these kind of numbers before. Working with my past job and employer, I'd have a salary and I had those consistent paychecks coming in, but taking that leap of faith where I decided to work for myself and work independently, I didn't feel as if I would see those checks for a long time. And then it started to get a little crazy because then people started to have a snowball effect, and 15 more minutes later, it just sold out. So I'm freaking out. It's like 6:30 in the morning, 6:30, whatever timestamp. Comment below if I don't have good time. And I just really was in disbelief, but I called my friend Clark and she's like, you should not really stop where you are. You need to continue to open up and just be transparent with people. I'm so thankful for that because when I opened it back up for pre-order, then people just kept on asking about it. People kept on referring to it. Friends and friends, I got hundreds of shares, thousands of shares. It was the craziest analytics I've ever had just from like the post that was super organic. That was just really, it was just more of a testimonial. I felt like this was the bag and this was the post that I had. It's hard to see, but I'll put it up here in the video right there. And that's when things have just kind of changed and things would pivot, and I would just continue to create great products. And throughout that weekend, it just started to get more and more traffic. We were listed as top 17% in Shopify from people that were trying to seed their businesses and when things started to seed. So social media played a huge role because I only put it on Instagram. And through friends of friends and being transparent and open about those sales, it was incredible. And if you own a business or you know you're starting a business, that much money in a business is great, but you don't get to reap those benefits of a business. You have to put all your money back. For a successful business, you put all your money back to go do something else that you're trying to get done. So I made all that money, and what we did was we purchased 2,000 face masks and started donating them to 9 different organizations, nonprofits, fundraisers, anything from it, and have just been running since. So needless to say, you just gotta keep going, keep it transparent, keep it open, let people know. You don't have to get into your finances about everything that's going on, but as people start to see and have that appreciation of that journey, if it's a struggle, if it's a triumph, if it's a victory or fail, whatever you wanna call it, people would like to see that because then they resonate with you and they are willing to invest more in it, because these bags and these items that I was selling was more than just merchandise. It was a story that I was telling, and having an emotional attachment, it just took off. And as it started to take off, people started to track the progress of where I was going, because I don't know where I'm about to go. I think that I'm okay with where I am, but as stuff starts to pick up, you just never know. I have my little office here, got my setup. I'm so thankful for the opportunity because now it enabled me to start to hire my friends, hire people in positions that they're already talented in, audio engineers, fashion PR, PRs, publicists, anything from designers and manufacturers. Started to build a team. And I'm so thankful for that because through social media, I was able to do it. And I still don't know where I'm going because I'm not a millionaire, but I know that my intentions and where I'm trying to go, it's to create. And I want to continue to help inspire people to create. So this is just a note to myself, a note to you all that you might not know where your journey is going to go. Never would I have thought that studying business, working in the financial district, working in finance, and managing a whole bunch of people, my life would transcribe where a really successful moment was selling purses. And it's crazy because you just cannot plan that out. And when you have these dreams and ideas of creating, sometimes your ideas are bigger than you. And when your ideas are bigger than you, then that's when you need to know that there's so many great things that can happen. So continue to stay motivated, continue to thrive, continue to make great content, and stuff will come. Everybody has different opportunities. You can't guarantee something is viral. You can't guarantee something will take off. I know that I can come out with a new release tomorrow and it might tank. And that's what happens, but it's the journey that comes through it. So if you're creative, if you're a businesswoman, businessman, anything of those calibers, just know that it's just the start. Your victories and your failures are going to define what type of person you are, and just ride that wagon till the wheels fall off. So, just keep going, just keep growing. And if you have any type of advice or any type of wealth that you're able to share with people, continue to do that. So I made all of those sales just organically through friends of friends and sphere of influence, and there's no guided way to do it. And I really wish I could give myself that advice, because I would consistently repeat the pattern. But if things were that easy, then everybody would be a millionaire and everybody would be successful and everybody would be great. But you just have to realize there's more, and we're just getting started, so you got to keep going. So if you have a passion and you think your passion is some boo-boo, or if you think that it is just not that great of an idea, you never know. Put it out into the universe, manifest it, and continue to go, keep growing and keep glowing, you know what I'm saying? So thanks again for checking out my channel. Let me know, comment below what you got working out. Do you have anything that you're nervous about that you're putting out? Or what is your manifestation? What do you have that you're putting into the universe that you hope to happen? Love to hear it, love to see it. See you guys next time. Who knows when it'll be, but it'll be soon. So holla at me. Thanks.